What is happening, my friends? We are back with some Dreamcatcher today. This is a good day because they have just dropped a new MV, and we're going to check it out right now. Eventually, I'm probably going to be streaming the full album, probably on Patreon, most likely, just because I know that I'm going to listen to it. So I might as well let you guys listen to it with me. But as for now, we're just going to check out the first MV and see what they're all about in 2022. Let's do this. We got a whole new... Is this the beginning of a new, like, chapter in their story? Giu with the blonde. Hey, Sue with the vocals, too. Give it to me, girl. Cut her hair? Holy shit. Wow, it's so much shorter. So far, I'm trying to figure out, like, it's kind of heavy. It's got that heavy poppy sound, you know what I mean? Like, and I like that. You know that I like that. I'm trying to figure out if it's, if the guitars, because there's guitar sounds in the background, but they might be digitized guitars. I think they're digitized guitars. I don't think, it sounds a little bit different than the guitar sounds that they use in their other songs, but it is working really well with the other instruments to kind of like create this heavy pop vibe. They all look amazing. Dude, I'm gonna need to know about this story though, because this is way different than everything they've ever done visually, right? Like they're just them being like in a city is strange to me. They're always in their own little like kind of areas, right? And this is, and their whole look. I keep pausing it. I have stuff to say already. Cool. So it's got that sort of like heavy sound, heavy pop. Let's be clear. There's a difference between like heavy metal or heavy rock and then like a heavy pop sound. It's got that heavy pop sound throughout. It hasn't let up at all, right? Like the whole verse, the intro, the chorus, all heavy pop. I really dig the kind of, it's making me kind of, let's go. let's go punch some things, you know? But also I kind of, if you listen closely, so the main melody of the chorus is mostly dun dun dun, right? Just sort of like dun 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 with that guitar vibe going on. But if you listen closely, you can hear the bass come off the end of each line with its own little riff, and I think that that's where all the melody is really coming from in this chorus. Dun 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 boo doo boo doo dum 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 boo doo boo doo boo doo, right? Like it's doing that, and that's where the vocals are following that melody of the bass, and that's where the whole thing is actually starting to sound catchy. Because the rest of the instrumentation is really just providing background stuff, more than it has in their other songs. Like a song like Odd Eye, for example, when they got into the chorus is being carried by the guitar melody the whole time, which the vocals end up following during certain parts of the chorus, but even if they weren't there, you would still have that melody. It's very different in this song where you don't have that melody unless you're listening to the vocals with that bass line. Damn, Kyan with the short hair, man. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Ooh, all right. That was one of my favorite Dami parts, man. It's been a while, honestly, since I've really liked one of Dami's parts. I wasn't a huge fan of her part in pretty much since Boca. That was my last Dami part where I was like, yo, she's killing this right now, right? That was oh, actually that's not even true. At the end of no, there's a part in not Odd Eye, the one that came after it, with a sort of in it, you know, the horror sound in it. That one, she kind of killed it on that one too. But this is double the length. And that's one of the things. Like, I'm always like, damn, Dami's parts are so short because she only goes 4 bars, right? She went 8 bars this time, so thank God. And really what you got to pay attention to in her part here, and also in her parts in other songs, but specifically in her part here, each line, maybe not every line, but several of the lines change instrumentally behind her into something different than it was the previous line, and it always just adds. Always adds, right? Listen. So it's like, it starts off real quiet. Also, it's like interesting how the bass kind of like distorts the volume, goes up, and then it kind of like fades out and gets cleaner as it goes on. See right there, boom, boom. It's really, really kind of like low in the distance at that point, but the first one you could hear it like pretty nicely. The producer of Dreamcatcher is so good and does not get enough credit for it. Drums come in. So we okay. Damn, I love that. So it's dun 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 dun, right? There's like a little guitar riff there behind her on that part. And that time she gets the whisper, and all you get is the breaks. Dun dun dun. Yeah, it's pretty fire, honestly. And now we got the full sound. The synth comes in with her. Nice. And can we love, let's appreciate the anti-Jenny Yuyin hair right here, right? Where she's doing like, instead of the, like, I remember when Jenny from Blackpink, when How You Like That came out, she had the blonde in the front and then the dark in the back. We've got the opposite. I don't know if I've ever seen it done like this before, where it's like dark in the front and blonde in the back. That's a cool look, man. Yuyin's super hot, though. Cool. The drums in this one are really good too, like especially when you look at it in the vein of a K-pop song. Like the drumming, which is very likely programmed drums and not live drums, are actually pretty creative. Wow, look at that visual. What just happened? You got a piano? Wow. Oh man. That was my favorite Dreamcatcher comeback in several comebacks. Probably since Boca. Man, I gotta say, there's so many things that they did. Once they hit that bridge. Oh my god, I gotta listen to the whole freaking bridge again, man. Because it kind of blew my mind where it just changed everything. It was like, it wasn't just the bridge itself that it changed everything after the bridge. Even in the sense that the chorus itself was on a normal 4-chord progression, if I remember correctly, in the first 2 choruses that they played. And then after the bridge, where it kind of came in with those minor tones and it got all chaotic, you know, and kind of felt a little bit like, a little scary, had like the little bit of scariness in there. After that, it never went back to the normal 4-chord progression in the chorus. it stayed at the first two chords. I mean, the first two bars are the same chord after that. It's so interesting, man. It's so interesting. Let's listen to all that. This is an amazing shot. Is this this has to be CGI, right? I'm not talking about the staircase and stuff like that, but the actual flowing of these pink giant ribbon things. I don't know. This looks crazy, man. It looks like she's in a cartoon. Dude, that piano line, though. That piano line, what is happening? Yo, and I also gotta say that the lyrics that are going with this part, right? Look at what she's saying. Turn back to the moment when every season is valid, and she sings this part over the most disruptive part of the song, right? The darkest part of the song, the one that sounds like it's clashing with itself the most. What a shot. Sue is a superhero. See, this time, it's the same chord, 1, 2, and 3 bar, and then changes on the floor. That time also. Right? One, same, changes. It's interesting because the second chord here on this part is actually the same as the first chord, but there's another chord being played underneath it that's different. So it kind of changes the sound a little bit, but not enough for you to really notice that there's a big shift in the sound right there. And when you go back to the original chorus... Yeah, changes there. Dude, that's really crazy for a K-pop song. And I'm not trying to say that, like, K-pop it's just built differently than rock and metal is. And in a rock and metal song, that's already sort of, like, out of the box to do that. As the song goes on, change the root chords of your chorus. But in a K-pop song, it's almost unheard of. I don't know if I've ever heard a K-pop song do that before. Like, and don't get me wrong, everything about this song, I really liked how it built. But once that bridge hit, like, I feel like it totally changed. It went from being like a cool Dreamcatcher comeback to being like a really creative, cool, just overall K-pop song. You know what I mean? Like, this is one of the cooler, instrumentation-wise, one of the cooler songs. And that Dami part hit hard, man. And Sue was a superhero. I really like that.